Wow, damn. Look at that. That is just amazing. They're going to be a little surprised, I think, a little shocked. Can you imagine you're the Minister of National Defense of Canada? Oh, you may not be aware. You may not be aware. Defense Research and Development Canada, yes, we have been analyzing alien materials since around 1950. Yeah, that can be publicly traceable to around 1950. They're probably going to catch us in this.
Chris Lehto, welcome to Lehto Files.
Welcome to Lehto Files. I'm Chris Lehto. It's just an exciting time to be alive right now. I just can't believe it. So much news is coming. It's just amazing. So exciting stuff, huge revelations. I'm putting out videos as fast as I can now. And so today we'll go over a bombshell letter. This is a bombshell letter. Reveals Canadian politicians' concerns of covert UFO programs involving Canada and Five Eyes Alliance. It was released by Jeremy Corbel and George Knapp. At least they broke the story again, man. Those guys have just been killing it. It's such an amazing time to be alive right now, an amazing time to be in the space. For all you people who've been in the UFO world for so many years, so many decades, maybe this may be the final run. Yeah, amazing. So let's go through this letter, check it out, see what the implications are. Thanks again for being here. Please smash that like button, subscribe to get future notifications. My videos have been blocked on YouTube, so it's kind of frustrating. So here we go, 20 June. This is from Liberation Times, written by Christopher Sharp, 20 June, 2023. So that is yesterday, just came out in a bombshell letter. Canadian politician Larry McGuire has urged Canada's Minister of National Defense to request a briefing which could verify that Canada and the Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance are involved in a secretive program concerning the recovery and exploitation of materials originating from unidentified anomalous phenomena. Think about that. That's amazing. So this must be him right here, Larry McGuire. So Larry McGuire sent a letter urging Canada's Minister of National Defense to request a briefing to get updated on all the crazy UFO, unidentified anomalous phenomena recovery programs called foreign military programs, FMP. I bet you will see that a lot in the future. It looks like all of this crazy alien technology, alien tech has been sequestered away in foreign military programs, which makes perfect sense, right? Of course, they call it foreign military. Where is it from? It's foreign. That means not this planet. The letter came into the possession of investigative journalists Jeremy Corbel and George Knapp, who premiered details on their podcast titled Weaponized. Have watched this, so go ahead and check that out. Weaponized number 22, Allied UFO Reverse Engineering Programs Confirmed. Interesting. Okay, this is Five Eyes. To be honest, I've always been suspicious or critical of Five Eyes. If you look at actually the Five Eyes, okay, so this is like our closest buddies. The Five Eyes is like the top level. And this, if you look, it's all basically white people, Caucasian people that speak English. That's all I can narrow it down to. Because, you know, like India, they speak English in India. That's their official language, but they're not in Five Eyes, right? Because they don't match both of those. You need to be white and speak English is kind of how I think personally of Five Eyes. Maybe that's incorrect. Okay, but these, who's in it? Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and the United States. Interesting, right? These countries are parties to the multilateral UK-USA agreement, a treaty for joint cooperation in signals intelligence. Interesting. Informally, Five Eyes can also refer to the group of intelligence agencies of these countries. So Five Eyes, this is probably where it's been sequestered, is among these Five Eyes companies. Intelligence is intelligence gathering by interception of signals, whether communications between people or from electronic signals not directly used in communication. So ELINT, I've seen that before. HUMINT. Signals intelligence is a subset of intelligence collection management. Wow. So that's your Five Eyes. Oh, man. And it gets even worse, right? And then look at this deal. In September 2021, leaders of Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States announced the creation of an enhanced trilateral security partnership called AUKUS. AUKUS is intended to strengthen the ability of each government to support security and defense interests, building on long-standing and ongoing relationships, I'm guessing. So what did they cut out? They cut out Canada and New Zealand, if you look at that, right? Probably because those people are too honest, have too much integrity, is my guess. Why did they sign this agreement? Is so they can do a $400 billion, let me say that again, $400 billion nuclear submarine deal with Australia. So Australia will use all your Australian citizens' tax money to buy $400 billion worth of nuclear submarines. What do you do with nuclear submarines? Well, you can certainly own the oceans, right? And where are most of these materials probably crashing or landing? Probably in the oceans. And now if you have recovery teams and you have your own Navy, which it sounds like they do, then you can recover all of these crazy materials, alien materials or whatever, from the ocean. And no one can stop you or really give you any hassles because you are a military ship on the high seas. So, yeah, there you go. Great. That is what we need. Okay, back to the letter. In the letter, dated 22 March 2023, McGuire fervently urges Anita Anand to formally request a classified briefing on the alleged covert UAP efforts involving Canada, writing, I am writing you to recommend you request a classified briefing containing full, sensitive, and protected program information from your officials on the Government of Canada's historical and ongoing efforts on analyzing recovered UAP material. There you go. Like I said, it's going to come out. The information is going to come out. McGuire also writes, recovered foreign material is studied through the Five Eyes Foreign Material Program. There you go, which in Canada is sponsored by the Canadian Forces Intelligence Command, aligned with several intelligence sharing agreements and treaties. The Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance, established in 1941, today comprises New Zealand, Canada, the USA, the UK, and Australia. In May 2023, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, who leads the U.S. government's UAP office, known as AARO, disclosed having conducted a meeting with the Five Eyes nations to discuss the subject of UAP. I don't think that in itself is necessarily a bad thing. I think Kirkpatrick should be talking with our allies. His job was literally to talk with our allies about the subject of UAP. So I think that is a good start. It's funny he started with the Five Eyes, but that's as good a place to start. I guess you're going to start it with our most trusted allies, right? That's who they are. As per McGuire, numerous sources by Liberation Times, it has become evident that Five Eyes' connection concerning UAP extends far beyond surface level involvement. Look at that. Okay, so that is the argument that Jeremy Corbel and George Knapp are making, is that a certain particular person, at least one person on here, the Major General, Jeremy argues that he does have knowledge of these programs. However, it is another alliance that appears to concern McGuire, AUKUS. Okay, so that's the new alliance, the trilateral security pact involving Australia, the UK, and the USA. Like they're going to write them out, right? So this trilateral security agreement writes out Canada and New Zealand. That's the plan. According to McGuire, this alliance has the potential to unveil information originating from the Five Eyes Foreign Material Program, posing a possible threat to Canada's credibility on the UAP subject. Honestly, I don't know what this means. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Does this mean that they think that information will be released without them having any access to it? Sounds like they're taking the information that Canada said, hey, we're a part of this information, and now they wrote Canada out of the agreement. And Canada is concerned that that information will come out and make them look bad, which it should, because we have extreme crimes against humanity and huge governmental transparency issues that are going to rock the world. McGuire writes, I'm concerned that expected upcoming public announcements will be coordinated between AUKUS, which could damage Canada's credibility with our allies and the Canadian public on the global stage. So here we are. You can see cracks in this. Again, I would postulate crimes against humanity agreement among these nations, right? Where the people in the nations, the people in power have amazing blockbuster information about the universe, about how the world works, that there is actually alien craft. They come here, there's actually alien beings. And not only that, we've met with them and we have agreements with them. That is what it sounds like. Sounds like Eisenhower did meet with some beings on a craft at Holloman Air Force Base in 1955 in February. That's what it basically all counts to. All witness accounts go to that. Announced in 21, AUKUS is a security pact in the Asia-Pacific region, widely regarded as an initiative aimed at countering China's influence. The foundation of AUKUS rests upon facilitating the sharing of sensitive technology between the US and the UK with Australia. This collaboration enables Australia to construct its inaugural fleet of nuclear-powered submarines as a strategic response to the growing Chinese threat, because that's what we need. More nuclear-powered ships just going around under the ocean, unchecked. Who knows where they are, what they're doing. Yeah, that's what we need. We need to militarize more so that we can fight against a militarized enemy that we are going to create. Since its creation, cooperation has deepened between its members from an innovation perspective. There we go. Great. Collectively deemed the AUKUS innovation initiatives to accelerate technology deployments. Always the issue, right? Always accelerating technology to have better weapons. Although not a member, Anand recently declared that Canada is highly interested in working closely on defense technology with AUKUS members after reports circulated that the country wants to join the defense pact. Interesting. The plan would specifically focus on mitigating what McGuire refers to as upcoming public revelations that will stem from these American foreign military programs. So basically, McGuire says he's aware of meetings that happen in May. So basically, in May, that the Congress is being briefed on classified programs. Basically, the information is coming out. McGuire says the information has been briefed on camera, classified on camera briefings, and that this information looks like is going to come out, and they need to get ahead of it in Canada to stop the tide of citizen outrage that is going to happen. There's going to be huge citizen outrage, and there should be, on this total lack of transparency. I mean, just amazing betrayal of humanity. I mean, they just completely lied to us for so many years. Just ridiculous. Jeremy Corbel told Liberation Times the full and outright admission that Defense Research and Development Canada is in possession of recovered UAP material is a giant leap forward towards informing the global public on the reality of the UAP presence on Earth. So here we go. In the letter addressed, McGuire carbon copied the following officials: Melanie Joly, Canada's Minister of Foreign Affairs; Omar Al-Gabra, Canada's Minister of Transport; Dr. Mona Nemer, Canada's Chief Scientist. A lot of interesting names. Major General Michael Wright, Commander of Canadian Forces Intelligence Command, Canadian Forces Intelligence Command. Again, so they write it twice. So this is the guy Jeremy Corbel says has his name on everything else. Okay. Speaking about the importance of copying in Major General Wright, Jeremy Corbel said his name has been brought up to me for years now as somebody who is what they call a gatekeeper to this information. So Corbel says that feels like a warning shot, meaning this information is going to come out. Okay, so here is actually the letter, Larry McGuire, MP, March 22, 2023. Okay, so they've known about this for several months. Defense Research and Development Canada in possession of recovered UAP material. Dear Minister Anand, it has come to my attention through meetings with American officials that the United States Senate Select Committee on Intelligence and Senate Committee on Armed Services have been undertaking in-camera hearings with government and military subject matter experts on the recovery and exploitation of physical material from unidentified aerial phenomena. So interesting, he still calls it aerial. I'm concerned that expected upcoming public announcements will be coordinated between AUKUS, which could damage Canada's credibility with our allies and the Canadian public on the global stage. There is an opportunity to have a prepared communication plan in place by May 2023 to reduce this risk. Communication plan, that's what they love talking about up there, right? Probably more important than ever these days. As Minister of National Defense, you may not be aware of Defense Research and Development Canada has participated in efforts to analyze UAP. Look at that. Look at that. It says it right there. You may not be aware, as the Minister of National Defense, you may not be aware, Defense Research and Development Canada has participated in efforts to analyze UAP, which is publicly traceable to circa 1950. Wow, that is amazing. Look at that. Circa 1950. This recovered foreign material is studied through the Five Eyes Foreign Material Program, which in Canada is sponsored by the Canadian Forces Intelligence Command, aligned with several intelligence sharing arrangements and treaties. I am writing to recommend you request a classified briefing containing full sensitive and protected program information from your officials on the Government of Canada's historical and ongoing efforts on analyzing recovered UAP material. Wow, damn. Look at that. That is just amazing. They're going to be a little surprised, I think, a little shocked. Can you imagine you're the Minister of National Defense of Canada? Oh, you may not be aware. You may not be aware. Defense Research and Development Canada, yes, we have been analyzing alien materials since around 1950. Yeah, that can be publicly traceable to around 1950. They're probably going to catch us in this. This recovered foreign material is studied through the Five Eyes Foreign Material Program. There we go. We know exactly where to look. My guess is David Grush brought this up and said, this is where you need to look in the Foreign Military Program, probably with the Five Eyes. That means New Zealand, complicit. Canada is complicit. Australia, also complicit. And the UK, we knew that. The UK is the only one keeping it watertight. Seems like you guys maybe had the idea to keep it secret. You kept keeping it so secret. So those are the Five Eyes. Good job, everybody. We're not going to look bad. We're the only white people that speak English. Yeah, nothing's going to come out of this. Canada's chief science advisor has also launched the Sky Canada project, which is investigating how the government of Canada manages UAP reports. Okay. I don't know if you guys can manage anything. They are in the process of identifying key Canadian stakeholder institutions. It is essential the chief science advisor be given full access to defense program and be briefed on the collaborative scientific research efforts with our allies. Yeah, collaborative, secret, evil research efforts with only the Five Eyes program. Oh my God, this is going to look so bad. Can you imagine? I mean, it's going to look so bad. Think about it. I mean, what did the Nazis have? That was their general program, was just to push their own agenda of a Caucasian, blonde, tall, blonde, blue-eyed, I would fit in. I'm not tall, but blonde and blue-eyed race, right? And here we have Five Eyes. Oh man, that is going to look pretty bad looking back in history, honestly. It is imperative the government of Canada have a communications plan to respond to these upcoming public revelations. Yes, I think so. That will stem from these American foreign military programs. Not only are there national security and aviation safety concerns that need to be addressed, but there will also be a larger debate about why there's a lack of transparency and accountability regarding UAP programs and policy. Yes, there's going to be a very large and loud debate on transparency and how our governments have literally let us down, completely let us down. You've allowed the militarization, the military industrial complex, everything Eisenhower warned against has happened, essentially, has happened. And now it is up to you guys and us to make sure that we take back our planet. And we can. Remove the weapons, take down the weapons. We don't need $400 billion in nuclear powered submarines, okay? Could that money be used on anything else? Why don't you use $400 billion to transition Australia to a completely 100% renewable energy platform, right? You could probably do that with $400 billion. I bet you could make that happen. Instead, we're just going to build these secret under the water death machines. Really, that's all they're used for. They're stealth, shoot nuclear weapons. That's all we need. And nuclear powered. Yeah, that's all we need because that'll cause no more issues. Yeah. I also believe there must be parliamentary oversight of efforts by government institutions. Yeah, no shit. No shit. I also believe you believe now, right? Everybody believes now. Yeah, I believe it now that we're caught. Now that we're caught, I believe in parliamentary oversight of efforts by government institutions. Responsible ministers should be fully briefed on this program, including releasable to the public content that aligns with allied public disclosures. I mean, you guys, you're caught red-handed. Now you're like, oh yeah, this is what we should be doing. Yeah, no shit. No shit, you should have been doing this. What collaborative efforts have occurred with our allies and the details of existing agreements and memorandums of understanding that govern the program and may have been coordinated through global affairs. Global affairs? Okay, awesome. So yeah, what are the existing agreements that have been illegally signed? What are the criminal memorandums of understanding? That would be my question. Canada's credibility with our allies is, and the Canadian public must transcend politics. Yes, must transcend politics. And I firmly believe we can work together in a bipartisan manner. I think you need to, or your freaking government's going to collapse. Regardless of the classified details of specific foreign military programs, the public revelations by these subject matter experts who have testified before Congress, and he says experts, okay? This isn't just David Grush, who have testified before Congress, present an opportunity for the government of Canada to take a visible leadership role in confirming the existence of recovered material and balancing our national security obligations. I look forward to your response. If you seek any further information, please do not hesitate to contact me directly. There we go. And here we go. CC'd. So that is the letter. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Every day seems like there's just new revelations coming out. The hearings are going to be blockbuster, and they have to just knock the cover off this thing. On the other hand, my videos are still being blocked. So last night's video, I released a toned down video as much as I could of the Grush interview because my other one was limited. And now what's funny is this new video is completely blocked in America. So the US, you guys cannot see that video. You can go to patreon.com/Chris Lehto. It's $5 a month. I put it on there. So if you want to see these videos that are getting blocked, then you can go to patreon.com, support the channel. I need it. Like I said, they're blocking these videos. This is a primary source of income, comes from the YouTube advertising. So it does hurt. Thanks for all your support. Amazing, amazing time we live in, everyone. Yes, I'm fired up. I think crimes against humanity have been done. I think they have. But now we know. We know that they're happening. We know how they're happening. We know the whole story. And we're going to break the lid off this thing. There's no way. So just more and more pressure building up. Letters like this, Canada, around the world, people are going to see that this is totally, totally illegal, criminal. And honestly, it really is a crime against humanity. So yeah, it's going to come out for sure. 100%. Let me know what you guys think. You optimistic? Are you still angry? I'm both, essentially. But again, we're not going to quit. We're going to keep going and have just more revelations coming out as soon as we can. Please like this video. Please subscribe. Really helps the channel. And then, like I said, support me, support the channel at patreon.com/Chris Lehto. It's only $5 a month. You can cancel anytime. And we also have additional merch, special benefits. And like I said, doesn't get blocked, doesn't get banned. So you hear all the crazy stuff going on. All right. Thanks for being here, everyone. Have a great day. Peace.